This is the
I Black Man Podcast, Offensively Black.
It's me, it's M-A-P. Yo, what up? It's your boy, Miles Amadeus Brower, here with another episode of I Black Man Podcast. Want to say this is episode 43, 44? I don't know. I'm recording these, releasing these out of order. So it is what it is. Basically, let me get to the big start of it. Well, we at the start. Best place to use it, huh? Basically, I know y'all been wondering what the whole hold up is. I was dropping weekly, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And I just went a couple weeks without it. And I just had to step back, you know. I have another podcast, a podcast called Fresh. Please check it out. I'm not going to stop doing this by no means. This is the beginning. This is what I started with. And this is the hill I will die on. Just trying to get this stuff going. Working on a podcast called Fresh. Just low key making it easy to work on here, because I'm just going to keep this all my thoughts. Just all the personal stuff is here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get all my blurred stuff, all the comics and the superheroes and all that other stuff. Put out a podcast called Fresh. Right now, I was trying to wait for people to do it with me and work and have a schedule, and I'm not doing that no more. I'm just going to, if people want to work with me, they can work with me. If they don't, they don't. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm going to do it myself if I got to. It is what it is. And so I'm doing that, trying to figure out the most efficient way to do that, to promote this and that. And been busy, got a job, wife, kids. So that's what that is. And I apologize for the wait. Also, I've been, of course, y'all been, for y'all who listen to this, our last couple episodes have been bonuses, which were episodes of a podcast called Fresh, trying to bring you guys over to the other side. Not that I'm leaving. If you can stay over here if you want to, I don't care. Just letting you know, I'm over here too. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not what y'all want, that's cool. Stay over here. I don't have a problem, vice versa, whatever. I just want to let y'all know I'm not bullshitting and giving up. Like today, knocking this out, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just came back from picking my girls up. Trying to knock this shit out. And on top of that, get done with this, mix this shit up, take a nap, and be at work at 9. So, that's that. Apologize for the wait. For those of you who have checked out a podcast called Fresh, I hope you like it. If not, hey, we still got this, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. All right. Also, another thing I learned from working on a podcast called Fresh, how to structure my shit a little better. I'm getting better with that. Anyways, let's see. Subject number 1, Ayesha Curry. I don't know. I'm just gonna be real. I think that's some of the dumbest shit I heard ever. Not ever, but in a while. For those of you who don't know, she had the comment about, and I'm gonna I'll play the audio here.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention.
So yeah, the comment that you guys heard or whatever her about, I'm just her feeling, insecure or whatever, because Steph has mad groupies and mad hoes and she doesn't. And that shit is dumb to me. And I said that shit was dumb off top. And a lot of women, they hate no men. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad because of why we mad. We mad for 2 reasons. 1, because that's some stupid shit. 2, we mad because as a man, you cannot say some shit like that to your woman and not regret that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta imagine, if I was to tell my wife, baby, I love you, everything you give, do for me. Kids, food you make, everything, but just want random hoes to want me. You know what I'm saying? I just need to know. The other bitches want me. You know what I'm saying? I would never hit into that. She'd be like, so, well, what's the point? I mean, if I'm not enough for you, so what's the problem? And if that's not enough now, is it going to be a wanting need? Are you going to need to touch them? Or, even if my wife came to me with that, I just want to feel desirable and, so, attention from other niggas come with dick, right? They don't just pine for you and be like, oh, verily I shall leave her alone. She is but a feast for thine eyes. Yeah, right. They trying to holler. Now, if you want that attention, did come with that attention. Like my man D.L. Hughley said, you want to order a lobster? Go ahead. Did come with that. Now, this is what I'm looking at. The same thing I told my wife. At first, she disagreed with me. Later on, she felt where I was coming from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with that, everything is pro and cons, okay? Pros and cons. The richest person in the world might say, I don't know if anybody really cares about me or likes me for who I am. It always eventually comes down to money or my name, you know, whatever it is. Yes, I'm isolated, but I am the richest man in the world. That's equal payoff for her. Now, I look at this shit like I used to have a friend named Kira, right? We used to be real cool. Her thing was when she was in school, she was not trying to have sex before she was married. I met her. I was trying to holler at her. We was talking. After I found that out, we was kicking. I said, you know, I'm not about to waste your time because I'm not about to be waiting on that junk. And we had a whole conversation about that thing at the time in high school. And it was just really interesting to her. And I was just telling her, like, listen, I was cool. If that's what you want to do, I respect that. She's like, for real? Yeah. So, you know, if we were talking, would you wait? No. Why? Because, no. You're creating a standard that you will never be able to live up to. No. But I was telling her, I said, you know, I respect your struggle. I respect the what you're trying to do. But here is the thing. Just be prepared to lose a lot for what you're doing. Side note, she was in a chastity program and shit at her school or her church and whatnot. So she's like, what do you mean? I said, it's going to be a lot of guys you really, really like, or you find to be very handsome, who will not wait for you, who want that shit. And you can't get mad. You just have to be willing to take a L for that shit, you know. And she got married. I guess she waited or whatever, and that what it was. But you know, if you're gonna save yourself for when you get married, whenever that's gonna be, you know you're gonna miss out. That's just, I'm not even saying it to fault it. I'm just saying the pros and the cons. And I say it to say, she been with my man Steph, I'm assuming since high school. I don't know, maybe since college. Y'all been together at least since college. I'm pretty sure, nigga, I would bet my arm that this nigga Steph Curry ain't fucking nobody else but her. You probably have one of the only men who are his caliber who could be fucking everything moving and more than likely isn't. Dude, half of chicks in all sports can't say that. You can. All your kids by one man. Which I am saying is a big deal because all my kids are by one woman. That was the fucking plan. Kudos to you on that one, sister. But anyway, you get paid, I'm assuming, for your cooking stuff, magazine. I've seen pictures of her on Raleigh and them taking pictures in their house. You getting paid for being a wife. Which I'm not, people who be hating and being all sexist, you're just subjugating and you're just minimalizing her down to just being a wife. What the fuck is she is in my world? She's Steph Curry's wife. That's all I know her as. That's the only reason why she's relevant. She's Steph Curry's wife. It's like saying, oh, you motherfuckers don't respect Grimace for what he does. I just know him from Ronald McDonald. And if you don't see him, hey, who's that guy? That's Grimace. Who's Grimace? He's the purple guy who hangs around Ronald McDonald. Oh, okay. Now, again, like I said before, I couldn't say that to my wife. No man could say that to his wife. Because y'all going to be like, oh, so you want to fuck other bitches, huh? But this is the thing that gets me, and this is my fault with what she says. Like I told my wife, I said she has a right to feel how she wants to feel. Kudos to her for getting paid for feeling, for saying whatever. But I would put that under a category of like weak shit. Weak shit is stuff that you should keep to yourself or to your significant other, and that's it. Weak shit is the kind of shit when you hear it, like with my daughters. What are you crying for? I don't know. Why are you mad? I just want to have the right to cry. Why are you informing me of this? This is the, you know, and it's like with Ayesha Curry or whatever. Okay, then let's say, not even to mention how embarrassed her man must feel. Because I'm basically, you just told everybody, his attention alone isn't enough, or he's not providing you enough attention. These are the facts that you've given us. Regardless of whatever he gives and does for you, you still desire other men's attention. That's something you want. You know what I'm saying? Which I find very interesting because I just saw on Facebook, nigga, You can go be a stripper and get that shit every night. If that's what you need. You can be Ayesha Curry and just go to a regular ass mall and walk around. Dude, but the thing with that is also, no disrespect to her. She is a very pretty young lady. She is. But when you look at her, she's not really sexy. And not saying that she's not desirable. She is. But you look at her and you know, like if you was at a bar and she was not Steph Curry's wife, you met her, you're not thinking that down tonight. No. You're not even getting a hand job. I was just betting. Unless you just got that game. When you see her, you don't see that. You see her, you see, oh, she's a good wifey type. She probably could cook. I bet you she can keep a fucking secret. But you don't think, oh, man, yeah, man, I like to bend that bitch over and beat that shit up. She has no slutty quality about her. And that's a lot of times, as whack as it is, that's what dudes be like, oh, I want to, you know. And I just think that whole thing is stupid. And I think a lot of it has to do, like, when women talk about toxic masculinity, I think women coming together to defending this shit, that's a little bit of a toxic femininity, I would say so. Now, like I said, I bring it up the weak shit. That's something you can tell your man. He's supposed to feel you. You're like my woman be like, you know, if your woman's like, I've gained 40 pounds and I feel fat. Well, compared to you 40 pounds ago, nigga, you are fat. Oh, I can't believe you said that, baby. But, you know, I get that. You know, you got to like a woman when sometimes niggas be telling it, nigga, you're the best dick I ever had. You don't know. You got to believe it. They lie, we lie. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff is just stupid. I get the whole thing. And like I said, men, we can't relate. And I think this brings up a very interesting topic. There's two different kinds. It's like, you know, girl world and man world. I'm sorry, hold on. Because they would say, oh, well, I got to be man world, girl. Woman world and man world. We see things two different ways. I make a lot of points about that on the subject I'm doing later. But you know what? Speaking of that, I think we're going to finish this up. When I finish this up, take a break right here. Come back and holler at y'all. Black Man Podcast. Me, Miles Amadeus Prower. Be right back.
Hey, yeah, you. You like comic books, anime, and stuff? Sure you do. Who the hell doesn't? And that's why you should listen to a podcast called Fresh. It's like audio cliff notes of ancient texts, painstakingly translated by us for you. So do yourself a favor. Like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Trust me, we're everywhere. So don't forget, it's a podcast called Fresh on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Anchor FM, and anywhere podcasts are casted.
What kind of forever?
We're back and offensively black. Our Black Man Podcast.
Back in black. What up? I'm back and I'm black. This is the Black Man Podcast. Anyway, yeah, so I'm hearing about the whole abortion bans they passing all over the place, and it's got me feeling a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Because basically, you know, I got 4 daughters. I know this is going to affect them, you know, and it's kind of interesting how this is going to play out, but also, I truly believe they're going to reverse this shit, and I believe it's a plan. I don't say that to say, like, oh, I got faith. Oh, no, I have no fucking faith. I believe they're going to reverse it to be something slightly less than that, but what they really wanted. It's kind of like, you know, when I used to have to ask my dad for money, if I needed 60, I'd ask for 100. So if I just said, let me get 60, oh, all right. But that's really what I wanted. That's how I think this is going to play out. I'm not even sure. It's just one hand, you know, like I said, for my daughters, I feel bad for them. And I don't know. Don't call me Mr. Pro-choice. Don't call me against it. I believe this. Banning anything is never stopped anything. Anything, it makes it more. Especially with abortions, women are going to have abortions anyway. What's the other alternative? Women having kids and raising children they do not want who go out in the world and fuck it up for the rest of us. That's to nobody's benefit. So, I mean, I understand that it's one like my woman. I got 4 kids, and every time we found out, you know, she was pregnant, I tell her every time, you know, I want to keep it. And we have. I know my wife's not going to have to sell her on it. But I told her, no, it's your body. I can't tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? You can get mad. I mean, I can get mad. You can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, I can't stop you. What I'm going to do, kill you? It's your body. I just asked, let me have a say in it. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I've always felt that when it comes to things like abortions and stuff, I feel that it needs to be some kind of, I don't know. It needs to be something where you just can't just be getting abortions. It needs to be, I think every woman should have a limit on how many abortions they can get in a lifetime. So I don't mean nothing like 20. I mean, maybe at the most 10, but it only got to be like one every couple of years. You know what I'm saying? It need to be something like that. Or under certain circumstances. Like, okay, even if you're raped, okay, yeah, you should be able to do that. But then I get both sides. People look at it, oh, is it killing a baby? But hey, it is what it is. Y'all don't have a problem when you put a grown person away forever for life. You know, and that's a person that everybody almost can be rehabilitated, given proper time and treatment. You ain't got no problem for that. Ain't got no problem sending niggas off to their death to fight wars that don't profit nobody but the 1%. But you want to stop a woman from having an abortion. Nah, whatever. I look at it, I get it, and I know I come across a little asshole or cynical, but it's not really my intent. I just look at it and people are tripping out like, I don't get it. It's like men want to control our bodies. Yes. Am I saying that's right? No. I'm just saying don't lose sight of what the fuck is going on. Perfect example, I always tell people, religion. It's mind control. It's literally mind control. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. It's the point of religion is to be like, hey, I want to make these people over here think like I do. That's the point of it. That's the underlying point of it. And then if you can't, then you can use your religion to kill them and you're justified by your God. That's the point, to control people and make them do what the fuck you want them to do. Now, you look at men. I'm not saying, oh, it's right. No, that shit is fucking wrong. But I'm saying, like, when I look at the white, you need to talk about the white man. You know, you look at everything, like I always tell my dad, my old heads. Oh, the white man lied about this. He lied about history. Hey, some people think even the world might be flat. White man lied about that. You say the white man will lie about everything. But when they get to, oh, he can't lie about the Bible. He can't lie about the Bible. My dad didn't believe that shit. You know, and I be telling him he lied about everything else, but this one white man who popped up in the Middle East where white people don't come from is the one that leads you to salvation, other than every other white man who came after him damn near raped the earth. But hey, listen to this guy who's backed by these other guys who say they're Jews, but in this book that you're reading, they don't look like the Jews. But hey, we're not going to get into that shit. But anyway, like I said, telling my wife, and I said, it's crazy. You would think there's double the amount of women in the world than it is of men. Think they'd be running the place by now. So I say that taunting nobody. Hey, I don't want that. I don't want to be no slave to women. No, I'm married. Be slave to my wife. But anyway, my thing is this. Who designs your clothes? Men. Typically, gay men, but men. Who dictates what the fashion is or what the clothes that you can buy typically out there? Men. Your bras, all that, typically men. Who controls the laws on tampons and the tax and all that shit? Men. Men have been trying to control women since the beginning of fucking time. That's what them motherfuckers is doing. Now, I'm not saying to say it's right. I'm saying don't lose sight of what the fuck the enemy is doing. You know? But yeah, I just think that's crazy. I know something gonna happen. I mean, that's just, and then it makes me think about, you know, me and my wife was talking, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna tell my girls, same thing our mama used to tell me, you know, don't have sex with nobody. Typically, if you can help it, have sex with somebody you love. But don't have sex with anybody unless you want that person to have your kid, or you want to be with them. And not saying to fuck to get knocked up, but just back up. Someone was to have me like, worst case scenario, I could fuck with this motherfucker for the rest of my life. Or at least be tied to him with a kid, you know? That was the main thing. But now, and I don't want them thinking, that's my thing with the whole abortion thing. People make mistakes. I get that. I'm with that. But I've known people who've used that shit as a plan, as a form of fucking birth control. It needs to be a limit, or something on there, because I don't really care one way or another. On this other side, I've had to go to abortion clinics with exes of mine. That shit's not cool. No one's in that bitch turned up and happy. I get that. It's a lot of young girls being consoled by their mothers and other people if they're lucky, or just by themselves crying. It's a couple OG motherfuckers in that bitch on the phone like, yeah, but I got 10 more minutes, I'll be out of this bitch. But other than that, it ain't, and when I had to go, real, be keeping it real with y'all. With the ex I've had before, we went up there and I was about to fight this dude, you know what I'm saying? Because they got these pictures of aborted fetuses and all that shit. And I'm pissed because at the time, she didn't want to do it. It was just not something that she thought we needed to do. And I'm like, all right, that's what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So we up there and I'm not going to make it no worse than what it is. She was a G about it. Just, people do come and be, hey, I'll give you diapers and formula for the first 5 months of that baby's life. What about the other 18 that I'm legally obligated to take care of this child for? How about some insurance? How about something that's for years? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, then shut the fuck up. And I'm about to beat these motherfuckers like they getting in these girls' faces and these young girls up here. You know what I'm saying? And some of them not even 20, crying. You murderers! And it's like, I was about to go whoop this dude's fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? They had to stop me and shit. So I understand, for the multitude or how many, I don't know, of women who just out here hoeing it up and just you getting mad. Abortions and shit. It's a lot of them who just want to rectify a mistake or fix something that happened to them, rape or something like that, and I understand. So for that, I'm willing to meet halfway, understand where they coming from and all that, and I'm with it, and it just makes me think, like I said before, what I'm going to say to my daughters when the time comes, I don't know, because it's weird, dudes talking about, talking to my daughters, I don't know how that's going to come, and I guess I'll worry about that when I get to it. But yeah, it's just, I just have said my piece on that. Let me leave it at that, okay? Be back. I'll at you in a minute. Peace. You ever thought about starting your own podcast? Like what I got? Well, let me tell you, when I was starting out, I had a lot of questions. Didn't know how to answer them, didn't know where to start. How do I start a podcast? How do I get off the ground? How do I record my episodes? How do I get them on the major platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and other places? Well, the answer to all of those is one thing: Anchor FM. Anchor FM is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free. Free 99. You cannot beat that. And what's better, it's ridiculously easy. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid for your product, like moi. Let me tell you, when I started out, I'm not even going to say the names of the places that I was trying to have my podcast hosted at, and it was nice, and I thought I was happy for a while. But when I found out about Anchor, 100% free, limited space, the only way you can beat that is if they pay you. And I guess if you do ads, they kind of do. If you always wanted to start a podcast and making money doing it, go to Anchor FM/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's Anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your product.
We're back and offensively black. Our Black Man Podcast.
So anyway, what was I at? Came up with an idea for another subject. So we're going to do this. A lot of expected mothers and stuff I'm seeing. And people, because some Valentine's Day babies, they coming. So we're going to call this Project Sam. Project SamWise. Okay. We're going to call it that. I'm not trying to put that nigga on blast. I'm just fucking with that nigga because out of everybody in the clique, that's the only nigga with no kids. So this is what I'm doing. I bet you we're going to call this Project Dear Sam. There you go. So anyway, Dear SamWise, Project We're gonna call this. I'm feeling Project SamWise. There you go. So anyway, been talking to a lot of people. Still a lot of older heads giving you advice on what to expect when you find out that you have a human being, a girl or a boy spawn, coming and on the way. So I'm about to try. I got 4 girl spawns. You know what I'm saying? All by the same mama, whom I married. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just try to give you a little information, a little pros and cons. Not pros, just pee-pee the game for a lot of shit that I had to learn by trial by fire. You know what I'm saying? The first things first. Here's the craziest thing about it. She's going to be mad. Your woman, she don't know how to feel. Typically sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to go. I'm sorry. 1 second. Alright. So, my thing is, I want to do, maybe I'm going to try to stretch it across a couple episodes. I don't know. As of right now, I'm going to just try to do it right now. Just want to give out a little information because, like my homie Lamarique was saying, and it kind of got me pissed because I wanted to disagree with this nigga. You know, he was saying we the old heads now, and I'm like, I ain't no fucking old head, but I guess we is. You know what I'm saying? And seeing a lot of these people having babies, and one of my people was like they, was about to have one, and as a man, a married man, try to drop some game, and tell people stuff because a lot of stuff is men we don't know, and a lot of stuff is men we don't know because there was no one to tell us because there's a whole generation of men who weren't there in their children's lives. And then you got the people like me who I'm from my old age, you know what I'm saying? I guess now I'm from the 80s. So, nigga, my dad was at work when I was born, He left, but he didn't get there on time. But it's cool. I don't hold that against him. Kind of why I got to hang up with my situation because I wasn't there when my oldest was born. Some little personal shit. But I made sure I was there for the rest of my babies, They ain't ever known nothing but their daddy their whole life. Well, of course, their daddy and their mama. I don't want to sell my wife short, But I guess, first off, congrats. Kudos on having a baby or knocking her up. Hopefully it's planned. If not, we're going to act like it is, okay? First things first, homie. Now, if you want my advice, I would say stay in her good side, your girl's side. I don't know if y'all together or not. I'm just going to assume y'all together, okay? Just try to stay good. It's going to be really hard, because at first it ain't going to be like nothing. Y'all, and for us, every time my wife was pregnant, I ain't stopped smoking. I ain't stopped drinking. I did the same shit. I turned up. She don't do either anyway. But still, she's the one I can only drink this and I can only eat this. Now, it's a lot of particular shit. They be sick and, with all that, if you can, man, try to, if she throwing up, try to, maybe not every time, because, you want to say every time, but niggas is lazy. Try to, get up, rub her back, help her out, hold her hair. It's hard for us, well, it was hard for me, kind of being pathetic in situations because our whole culture is nigga, walk it off. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you've been going through this shit this long. Come on, man up. So it's hard. It's hard. It's just doesn't come natural for us, And it may be annoying because you be on some Simpson shit, some Family Guy shit. You playing the game and shit. Or she throwing up. You turn up the volume like, But it's whack because nothing's happening to you, but everything is happening to her. I don't know how your woman is. Mine's super prideful. She will, I'm good, But I had to make sure and pay attention and, be mindful and then find out what she likes, you know what I'm saying? First, another thing. You can help it. I don't know your relationship. If you have a father or she has a father, family member, when she made that announcement, go with her. Or if you don't want to, that's fine. You want her to break the news, that's cool. But don't be no punk ass and try to avoid the motherfuckers because that shit is weak. Because she's going to tell them. And even if you're there, you earn so many cool points for that shit. Because it makes you look like a stand-up guy. Because even however they feel about you, nigga, by being there and standing by her and supporting her, They get you points with her, and they get you respect with them. Them motherfuckers may never like you. And I'm telling y'all this as a father. He may never like you because the fact of the matter is he knows you want to and have dicked down his daughter raw and bust. Which is a fact of life, and as a father, you have to get over it when your child gets older, but you don't have to be comfortable with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, if you can, try to talk to him. Be straight up forward. I know if as a father, it's for me, I respect that a lot. Say, how you doing, Mr. Prower, blah, blah, this and that, you know. But I still gonna hate you, but I respect that, you know. If you can help it, go to all the appointments with it. And it's gonna be a lot of them, but try to make at least at the extreme least half, alright? Because here's my thing, okay? My hang up is, cause like from when I was little, when I was born and shit, my dad had to work and all this shit. He from that era when niggas didn't do that shit. Nah, I knock you up, I'll give you a way to and fro where you gotta go. I'm at work, man, you take care of everything else. So that's not what he did. So my mom had to go to all her appointments by herself. The little ultrasound by herself. Oh, it's a boy. By herself. All that. You know. And I'm assuming my father would have known because you look at him and he probably did more than what his old man did. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that my mama passed on to me, and she just let me know how scary it was and just how the whole thing, how she felt that like I'm having this child because, you know, my dad wanted a son and she gave him a son. Men want sons, you know. And she's like, you know, not just saying she didn't want me, but no, I'm having this child for us, for you. And, you know, you can't be, but in his mind, it's like, nigga, I'm making the money. What more do you want? You know, I guess that brings me to another little point I'm making. Whatever problems you have in your relationship, differences of opinion, all that, a baby more than likely will make it worse. For real. If your woman don't trust you, it's going to hurt your feelings when you find out she don't trust you with the baby. And of course, side note, don't get your feelings hurt too much. She's never really truly going to trust you with that child. It came out of her. You don't care about that child as much as she does. But keep that in mind. Also moving forward with that. It's going to be hard for her, and try not to take it personal, you know, because fathers, we're a lot more rougher with our kids. You want to see someone as they get to hold their head up and start throwing your ass, slamming you. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. And then, you know, she going to be a little apprehensive for that. But, you know, work with her. She going to work with you, and hopefully she is, you know. But that's just something you're going to have to deal with. I don't know. Everybody got their own little things. Let me think what else. If you can help it, save all your paid time off for your paternity leave or whatever, if you have it, until the day she leaves the hospital. If you can help it, don't waste days off while she's at the hospital. Okay? Because most of the time, I mean, you can go, because think about it. If you're working, you only gonna work 8 hours anyway. When you're not working, be out there. Don't miss work for that shit. Because I'm assuming, unless you're somewhere, I see I have a pretty big listening in Ireland. What up, though, y'all? You know. And got some in England, so I know y'all over there. I'm pretty sure y'all like fucking civilized and get like paternity and maternity leave. So yeah, y'all don't understand that shit. But us in the good old US of A, we don't. So most of that time, like when I have to take off, majority of the time I take off is paid leave, and hopefully I have the CTO to cover it. Sometimes I don't for a couple of days or so. So you gotta do what you gotta do, and also men. It's very, very important that you spend time with your child as much as you can during the first moments of their life. Dang, nigga, didn't you just say don't take the time off to... Okay, yeah, but I'm just trying to... I told you that in the sense that maximizing your time and your money for what's important, because she's really going to need you when she gets home. Now, a lot of hospitals, they play this shit. They're getting rid of the nurseries and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of mothers, what they do is they just... relax. Let y'all take care of the baby. Which is nothing wrong with that. You're paying good money for the room. Now, you look at that. If you got one kid, whatever, how many kids you got, you will never have rest like you have at that hospital when you get home. For a minute, you won't. Maybe if it's your first one, fam is all over it. Why I just kept y'all after the first one? People really not trying to come to baby showers. People really ain't much to help. They help, but not as much. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. But yeah, you try to get them to watch the baby so your wifey can sleep and rest as much as possible. But they try to get rid of the nurseries. They're trying to cut dollars. But if you can, get there at night or whatever, let her sleep, spend time with your child. It's very important time. Now I was reading, they were saying that within, I think, an hour being born, a baby can recognize his father's voice. So that's very important, especially, excuse me, if you got a girl and a son. I mean, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's very important time, getting that time in, getting to know them, and just spend, it's very important. So if you can get that time in, also remember when she comes back, I don't know whether she had it vaginally or cesarean, she gonna need to heal up. So when she get home, you got to step up. You got to step up. You got to step up. Try to be rested, because it's not about your schedule. You know what I'm saying? Since you home and you dad, this is what I would suggest that you try to do. Just don't even think of it as sleep. Like that first night, don't even try to get sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like what I did, I hadn't watched a whole bunch of anime, manga, all that junk. So I had about like a year's worth of a lot of shit to watch and read. And I would just read comics on my phone or watch stuff on my TV while I had the baby on my chest, and we would chill like that. Because when they get there, they sleep a lot, but then they don't sleep straight through all the time. They wake up and they hungry every couple of hours. So you got to do that, so that's going to be something. And of course, just try, if you can do it, try to be so much on it that she's wondering, where's the baby? She hasn't held the baby in a long time, Also, I don't know how you feel. Maybe weird if you have a daughter, you're changing a girl. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I know I was kind of weird about it. And it may be awkward, and that's cool. Also, remember, you may feel awkward and weird. That baby does not. That baby knows nothing. That baby doesn't know it's naked. So whenever you act weird, the baby's going to think something's wrong, but it's just cool. Get in there, change them, wipe them up. Oh, be forewarned. The first poop looks like venom coming out of their ass. I don't mean actual snake venom. I mean the symbiote venom. Happened to me. Oh man, it was crazy. I was screaming my ass off. So that's just something to know ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you can help it, stock up on the porn. Because I say that after she gets, after your woman gives birth, she won't be feeling really sexy and she has to heal up. So you won't really be getting that unless your woman's breaking you off with some hand jobs and BJs. And lucky you, more than likely than not, they're going to be caught up in the rapture of love, which is said baby. So stock up on your porn. And I don't mean buying any. Who the fuck buys porn anymore? You know what I'm saying? If you're hip to the game, you can go online, watch some of that shit, bookmark it, download from the site, however you hustle. But stock up on that shit, because it may be a couple months before you get any kick it, and avoid the urge to cheat. It's hard, but side. Let me think, what things could I think? Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna finish this up after this break. Yo, what up, though? It's your boy Miles. I'm a dead Prower. Now, if there's anything I have to promote to you other than myself, I'm going to tell you, it's the podcast Talk Black to Me. It's great. People who host it, talk to them, know them. Real good people. Real people. Nothing fake. It's pro-black. And if anybody know anything about me, about anything, it's pro-black. Just get your mind correct. Check out Talk Black to Me. And if you don't, you're probably a Trump supporter. But yeah, check it out. It's on Anchor, iTunes, anywhere else you can find awesome podcasts. And I wouldn't lie, because my name is Miles Amadeus Prower, and they're check cleared. Peace.
He'll kill a brick and drown a glass of water. Welcome back to the I Black Man Podcast.
All right, we back. Check it out. Bringing the tail end, the ass of the show here. So, this is me trying to give my advice to y'all about what to expect after the baby is born. Mom, I don't know, my woman, she's had C-section, so the healing up process was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is when the porn comes into play. If you are expecting, you want to get your jollies on. You can get you some porn. Hell, you can get you a fleshlight, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, it's not going to be happening anytime soon. Also realize now, if you got just one, that's really not that hard, saying the man with 4. What you've just birthed is a cock blocker. Possibly the most efficient cock blocker known to man. But just got to remember, with a lot of this stuff, it's going to be hard. It's going to be inconveniencing. Very hard. You're going to have to dig deeper than you've ever dug before dealing with this shit. Now, don't make the mistake, hell, even I made and a lot of other guys made. Wife come home and all this, you know more than me. Yeah, you got this shit. When you ask for help, I'll help you. But no, they want you doing as much as you can. So like that first couple days, if you can help it, man up. Try not to don't worry about getting sleep. Let that woman rest. You understand what I'm saying? Let your woman rest for a couple days, even after she get back from the hospital. Because don't be on some insensitive jerk shit. I'm sounding on some Kale, all men are jerk shit, ain't I? But nah, I'm just trying to be real. I'm assuming the woman you had the baby with, you love her. Now, if not, if you want to save your money, you better learn to love her as act like you do. Cause it's cheaper to keep her. Hey, I say it's cheaper to keep her. Hey, I say it's cheaper to keep. No, I'm for real. Cheaper to keep her. But anyway, let the woman, take care. This is a real cool time for you and your baby to get in. Just straight up bonding time. Like, I'm not gonna lie now, fellas. A lot of times, I'm jumping around. Deal with me, okay? A lot of times, we always want sons. You always want that son. You know what I'm saying? You might end up like me. I got 4 daughters. I love them all to death, but each one I wanted a son. I'm gonna keep trying until I get a boy. God willing, if I get one. But don't be like me. To my credit, I tried my best to hide disappointment on my face every time when got the ultrasound and found out I was a girl. Every time I had, my wife saw disappointment on my face, and it just killed her. She cried like 3 times for the last 3 kids. It's not my fault. I knew what it was, But I'm just like, she's like, you just looked really disappointed. I'm like, I wanted a son. I'm happy with whatever I have, but if I had to pick, I always want a son. That's just how it is. And maybe your wife might not understand, or your baby mama might not understand, or maybe you looked up and you both want a son. I don't know. But just know that that's something you might want to consider. Because for me, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I want my name to live on through my son. And then he can continue spreading my name. My wife didn't get it because, she's like, well, what if one of your girls want to get married and keep their last name? What kind of hoe ass dude is you marrying when you keep your last name? I don't want you marrying that bitch, dude. Ugh. Or she could hyphenate it, but to me, it's not the same thing as when you had kids. They're not going to have my name. But yeah, no matter what your really feeling is, and I know, like, for me, I have 4 girls. I was so utterly disappointed every time I heard about it. It's a girl. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I love them. Like I was saying, just spend as much time as you can with that baby. Give her some rest. If you can. I don't know if you do the cooking or whatever. Make a couple meals, freeze some shit so you can warm it up or whatever. Let her rest. Because I don't know, but from what I'm understanding, making human beings from scratch is kind of difficult. Let me see what else. And also with that time, you can hang out with the kids. I've done a lot of stuff for my kids. We used to watch football together. I had to stop that because Stafford screaming at him made me scare my child, and she was scared for me to hold her for about a day. Yeah. Fuck you, Stafford. Y'all can watch. Whew. But you can watch Batman. That's what I did. I watched Batman. I watched anime, Dragon Ball Z with him. It was real fun. Then I got older and some stuff that we grew up and we ended up having in common. But yeah, other than that, man, it's no matter what that first couple of months is going to be winging it. And it's going to go by a lot quicker than what you think. And also, if it comes to the diapers, this is just my opinion. Do not buy Loves. Do not buy Loves. Only way I would say get loves if love was like next, it was nothing or loves. And I would probably, after much debate, go loves. That's just from what I've seen, I know. But, yeah, like I said, just let your woman rest up. Let her, take it easy, because I don't know, like I said, she might have had a C-section or whatever it is. Like, again, I repeat, you're not going to be getting none for a minute. So, I mean maybe some months. So, keep that in mind. Don't be thinking that she going to be like, oh, well, she must have a plan, because no, she doesn't. She doesn't care if you get yours or not. You know what I'm saying? But, with my children screaming down here, I guess I'm going to end this short. I wish I could have gave a more intricate. You know what? No, I'm not going to end it here. I'm going to keep this going also. Everything as you know it, the world as you know it is done. It's done. Everything the way you had it and the stuff you had set up is done, B. It's going to be Dora the Explorer, puppy dog piles, and all kinds of shit on TV. If you want some, I watch sports every day and I watch. Nah, son. If you got an area in your house where you can make a man cave, I advise you to start fortifying your base. Because once that child comes with whatever brings them solace is what the fuck you're going to give them. I don't care if you got to give that kid a rib. You better give him that. You know what I'm saying? But also know, like I said, it's just everything is going to change. You are not the boss of the house anymore. That baby is like, they're kind of like, boss baby. Yeah, it's like that for real. And I watch that shit with my kids. Sue me. But yeah, it's no sheriff in town. So you second fiddle, you have to understand your position as the provider. Cause that's what you are now. And it's weird. And it's going to be weird. Cause there's going to be times that I usually do this every day. Or this is where I'm having now. It's like, nigga, they pushing me out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's going to be a whole new dynamic. Here's another thing you're going to have to find out that, that woman and that baby are closer than you and your woman is. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. And another thing you're going to find out, she doesn't trust you with the baby. She does, but she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you deal with the baby, she's scared you're going to kill it. Don't take it personal. She feels that way about her mom, too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just know the baby naps is very important, very important, very important. I would suggest if you can, get you some Bluetooth headphones, earbuds, whatever you can. For watching sports, video games, wrestling, whatever it is that you do. You're going to need that. Or even if you watch it on your cell phone with your headphones on, you're going to need that. Because that baby is going to be sleeping for the most part. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be real easy. Once they start walking around and fucking up shit, that's when it starts getting real. So at the beginning, even at its worst, it ain't shit. And don't pick them up and throw them moving around a lot. Because for like the first, almost 6 months of their life, they're going to be throwing up all the time. My kids is yelling downstairs. I'm drowsy as hell right now, man. I think I'm about to close this out. All right, y'all. Oh, man, y'all hear that? That's my youngest. That is my youngest. So here we are. Hit me with an email, EYEBLACKMAN podcast@gmail.com. Hit me email. Say what you think. Give me ideas, whatever. If there's any audio or whatever, I'll play it on the podcast. Of course, as always, you can call me at 724-313-4519. 724-313-4519. Leave a text message, call in, leave a voicemail. I'll play it on the podcast, or I'll use whatever information and material you give me as research material or whatnot for the episodes. Once again, my name is Miles Amadeus Prower. This is the I Black Man Podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope the little bit of information I gave can help some people out. You know what I'm saying? If not, man, I tried. Happy belated Mother's Day. Happy Father's Day. Gotta get down here and take care of these kids. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. This has been a Hyphen Podcast Network production. They're the bestest. I'm getting paid at exposure.